How are you? It's Panto Diary Day 4. Only Day 4. Where's the time going? Brilliant day today. Possibly, it's a strange thing to say, but possibly the best day for a lot of us. Faye and I were talking because we're staying in the same hotel. We're walking back together. And we both said that today was really big day because the dancers came in and joined us, which was fantastic. When you're performing with the dancers around you, it changes the whole gig, and our dancers are sensational. They always are, but I mean, these guys are really great. And a couple of the lad dancers are playing pirates in my pirate comedy routine. So to act physically, have them there today with myself and David was great. And it just like more colours being put onto the show every day, and that's fantastic. And tomorrow, we're introducing the children in the show, Michael and John and all that. So there's another layer being added tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday, yeah. So, yeah, what a wonderful day. And I got another fantastic interview for you. My Panto Mum Mrs Smee, the wonderful Ceri Dupree, spoke to me during a break this lunchtime. Over to you, Andy. I hope you can speak better than me. Thank you, Andy. Yes, here I am today at rehearsals with my stage mum, Mrs Smee. It's only Ceri Dupree.
Hello. Hello.
Fantastic to work with you, and I know you've worked with a lot of my comedy heroes in Pantoland. I mean, you were with Joe Pasquale for ages and stuff.
Yeah, I think it was about 9 years. I did 9 pantos, I think, roughly with Joe.
Wow.
Yeah. First one I did was Birmingham, and he was king of the jungle then, he'd been crowned king.
Massive then.
So he just come out of that with massive publicity, and we did Birmingham with a big show, Sleeping Beauty. And my sister was in it, and
your sister, what she did?
My sister's in the business, Rhea Jones.
A singer?
Singer, yeah.
Wow.
Actress, all-rounder. And I'm trying to think the other guy who was in it. Flipping hell, he won Dancing on Ice, and he's a young boy, dark hair, nice looking fella, Scouser.
Ooh.
No, it'll come to me.
And if I think of it, or we think of it in the meantime, I'll put it up as a text.
Yes.
So, this is what I find fascinating about you, because the first time we worked together, we obviously, well, I don't know if you know of me, but I know of you.
And I know of you.
Years ago when we did, we've both been through the club circuit over the years, and I've seen your posters flipping everywhere. So,
and my name was in coloured chalk.
In coloured chalk?
Yes.
And it's that after the bingo. Do you know, and the great thing of it's our pantomime in a way, is a way of clubland performers getting into proper theatre, proper shows and all that, because it's not an
it's the only thing that's left now of variety in my opinion. I mean, variety is a dirty word to many people now,
But that's what Panto is.
But that's what pantomime is, and it is one of the only things that's left where the whole family can go to, because we have no summer seasons anymore, things like that. Everyone goes to Turkey or Spain or whatever.
Yeah.
So really, pantomime is the last bastion that's left of light entertainment, variety, glamour, glitter, laughter, call it what you like.
Where you can still do your act, but the good ones, like yourself, learn to adapt that act to suit it with the storyline. So the gags don't just come, because years ago, I was talking to David about this the other day, years ago, the performers, when they did Panto, would just come out and do their spot. But nowadays, you've got to be a bit more subtle.
Yeah, you've got to be a bit more sort of flexible and, be part of the storyline and part of the plot and everything. Yeah. No.
And what impresses me most about you, the fact that your delivery is great, that's enough, but you bring all your own costumes.
I do bring all my own costumes. I always supplied my own costumes, even when I've done like musicals and things like that. I did a 70s musical, and I did. I did. Even when I did the Rocky Horror Show, I wore my own stuff. I've always been, I've worked with...
And you design that?
I design them as well. I wanted to be a costume designer.
Get out of town, here you go.
Always wanted to be a costume designer, whether it was theatrical costumes or whether it was, haute couture, gowns or stuff like that. And so I was always sketching as a kid. And then, of course, it's a long story, I'll try and cut it down. I went to a fancy dress party years ago, It was about 1981, 82.
Yeah.
And Heidi High had just come onto television.
All right,
And
really?
I went as old Gladys, Miss Pugh, Gladys Pugh, and I won first prize, and I'd had a few drinks, you know, and the DJ called me up and said first prize. And of course, I went into the Gladys Pugh, Heidi High, hello campers, everyone was laughing, and my friend said to me, oh my God, that was really funny, you know. Anyway, I ended up doing this little summer show, and I did Gladys Pugh in the summer show, and Sue Pollard in Porthcawl when they had summer seasons there in Wales, and then it just sort of went from there.
So costuming was your way into this?
Yeah,
then?
and then a friend of mine, an actor, a Welsh fella, Desmond Barrett, he said to me, oh, you should go to London, you know, because there's a lot of these drag artists and everything, and they all mime, and you do it live, and da-da-da-da. So I started doing the clubs in Wales. My dad was a performer, singer in the clubs for years.
Your whole family then?
Yeah, and my mother was a singer. My mother was an opera singer. She met my father on a variety show at the Grand Theatre.
Will you please write this book? I want to read this.
There's a book in everyone, they say.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyway, went from there, and then I sort of did the clubs in Wales. Then I moved to London, and then that was 41 years ago, and here we are in Bristol.
Blimey.
But funny, when I was a kid, I had 3 idols. It was Stanley Baxter, Dick Emery, and Danny LaRue. And funny enough, the Bristol Hippodrome was the first time I ever saw Danny LaRue live. It was around about 1981, 82. And I got on the train with my friend, and we went up to Bristol to see him in Aladdin.
Did you just drink it in?
And
was that with Alan Stewart as Wishy-Washy?
No, I don't think. No. It was Wishy. Brian Marshall was Wishy-Washy.
Right, he was my manager for a while.
Brian Marshall.
Yeah.
And I think Dilys Lay was Aladdin. That was when
she worked with my wife
at
Theatre Cooley.
And it just magic, you know.
Wow.
And of course, in those days, it ran until the end of February.
Wow, 6 degrees of separation. Yeah. And so you knew when you saw Danny, you had to do that. So when was your first pantomime?
I'd sort of started doing my shows in cabaret then, and working at clubs and rugby clubs, and then because I went to see Dan, I hadn't done a pantomime at that stage. So I wrote to a lovely Welsh entertainer who's no longer with us, Stan Stennett.
Stan, who was with Eric Morecambe the night he died?
Yes, he was. Yeah. So I wrote a letter to Stan, and I had a response, and he said, okay, come and see me. Went to see him, had a chat with him, Then I did my first pantomime with him, again, in the Grand Pavilion, Porthcawl, and we did Aladdin. And I mean, I was quite young, I was playing Widow Twankey, and but he wrote it into the script that Widow Twankey had been taking rejuvenating pills. Looked like John. You can do anything in pantomime. I always remember years ago when I went to see a production of Dick Whittington and Bobby Crush, if you remember.
Yeah, Bobby.
He was playing Dick Whittington. He was much younger, and they threw him into jail. And he's in this cell, obviously. And he said, well, you know, what are you going to do now? And he said, well. And then there's this grand piano, and he in the cell, and he played, please release me, let me go. And I just thought, well, if you can do that, you can do anything in pantomime, and you can because it's mental. So long
as the crowbar is pantomized, you can put anything.
But it's nuts,
and it mustn't take away from the sort. So although everyone enjoys the entertainment, there are still kids there working their way through the story, so it has to fit in.
Yeah. And of course, as you know, it's a great British tradition, and it is done occasionally out of the UK, but very rarely, and it doesn't always work. We had 2 American friends of ours came to see us in Birmingham do Sleeping Beauty, and they didn't get it. They didn't like. They said, "Oh no, they mucked about too much." And I said, "Well, that's what they." No. He said, "Because Sleeping Beauty. Why did they mention football teams?" I said, "Because you couldn't. They didn't like it. They wanted to see Sleeping Beauty as a fairy tale.
Americans don't get the British.
They didn't get the slapstick and everything, and the mucking about and the mentalness of pantomime, you know."
Now, a question I want to ask you, because I used to have, sometimes it would be great, and we've got a lot of friends that have worked cruise ships. Have you ever taken your Is it right to call it drag out still?
Yeah, I mean,
have you done it on the cruises?
I mean, I don't particularly like the term drag act. You know, I hate the term drag queen. I don't like that at all. I prefer female impersonator because basically that's what my show is.
Yeah.
When I'm not doing pantomime or playing a role, my cabaret show or my one-man theatre show or the show I would take on cruise ships is basically impersonations of famous women. So I may open the show as Joan Collins, then go into Tina Turner.
So you work on the characteristics of the person?
Yeah, I just do those with Shirley Bassey.
I'm going to say, you would love to see you with Shirley Bassey.
So it's like, again, going back to pantomime, so what you're doing, so I'm doing Tina Turner. What, in pantomime? Tina Turner, I said, yeah, but it's pantomime, it's mad, you know?
Yeah.
And, or are you doing, so, yeah, I'm doing Camilla. We did Sleeping Beauty and they had a hunting scene, and I came on as Camilla in a riding outfit. You can weave things into pantomime.
As long as it's funny and it's good quality humour and it's not filthy.
Yeah, no, you mustn't have filth in pantomime. You can have innuendo, gentle innuendo, you know, and nudge it up a bit in the evenings for the adults, obviously. But you know, in the afternoons when there's loads of children don't get innuendo, so it's colour and movement and slapstick, and you know. If you fall over, the kids will laugh at that, you know. Yeah.
But after all these years, suddenly, and you know, I've heard of you for years and years. You never very often get the chance to meet it, but when you do it, it's a joy in it, because doing the comedy with you first time, and we've never worked together. I don't know how it feels for you, but it feels very comfortable for me.
Yeah, it's all about timing and all about, you know, you relying on that person and trusting them and getting on with them, and yeah.
And the fact that our personalities are so different on stage, that just makes the comedy funnier for me. Of course. And it's great, you know, to be the naughty boy to me, Mum. I love that. I love that.
It's like if you play Ugly Sister, you know, you mustn't be the same. It's always good.
There's a goodie and a baddie.
Yeah, really. Like I always play the tall, slim, glamorous, very evil one, and I always have somebody rather short and rather fat. I can't say fat now, but whatever. Fat, yeah, and plump, rotund, whatever. You know, Rubenesque, whatever. And it's funnier then because there's always one that's really evil, and there's one that's only evil because she says you're going to be evil.
Yeah.
And you know,
and that's lovely. And to mention it, you worry about mentioning it, but to look at it, the rotund person and the tall, glam one, it looks funny. Yeah. So you can still do it, but you mustn't say what you're doing.
No, I know. Well, look, I mean, you open a can of worms nowadays if you say anything, but it's a joke, you know, and I do get a little bit annoyed with people because it's a joke. And don't worry about entertainers, we're here to make people laugh. I think they should maybe worry about...
You know, Dickens wrote that in Hard Times.
You know, worry about the serious, horrible things in life, you know. Don't worry about entertainers that are...
Come and see us and we'll make you happy.
We will.
Yeah.
We will.
What a pleasure. And we're going to have great fun.
We will.
The fantastic Ceri Dupree is playing Mrs Smee in Bristol. And now, back to you, Andy. Thank you, Andy, and thank you, Ceri, for that wonderful interview. Fantastic. All right, still learning lines. A lot better today. Off the book with quite a bit of it. The routines are starting to do that. So it's very exciting. We can feel the pantomime growing in front of our very eyes. Friday tomorrow, we got the kids coming. And then Saturday, we're running the whole flipping show with everyone. And then we're off to Bristol. It's getting really close, guys. Get your tickets now. They're selling like flipping hotcakes, apparently. So get your tickets now, and we'll see you at the Bristol Hippodrome very soon. And I'll see you tomorrow for Panto Diary Day 5, shall I? Indeed, I will. Can we put some music on that afterwards? Yeah.